Hey Aries, Happy New Year. Long time no see. Your eyes do not deceive you. I'm excited to see you, excited to read for you, excited to see, woo, Spirit is evidently very excited to talk to you too. It's been a while. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I hope you're kicking back with a beverage, Aries. Take a nice deep breath. Sit back and take in some good news, some good vibes from your spirit posse. Spirit, what does Aries need to know in January 2019 for their highest good? Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. What do they need to know for their highest good in the coming month? What are the themes? Who are the characters? What are the energies around them? And what do they need to know? Saw that one. I'm keeping everything face down, but I just saw that one. It's a nice preview. Okay, just a few more, Spirit, for Aries. Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising, for their highest good, Spirit, what they need to know. Okay. Ooh, it's been too long, Aries. Yeah, it's been so long. Spirit has bonus cards. You know, I'm never counting pretty much while I'm shuffling. I know the spread that I want to use, but I don't stop till Spirit tells me to stop. And apparently, you needed a few extras. Aries, Aries, Aries. What's the story? Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Okay, they're ready to go. Whoa! All right. Okay. Well, Aries, that's very characteristic of you to start your reading off with a bang. Ooh. Okay. Spirit, what is this new opportunity? Wow! Sorry. I'm going to pop your cards up in just a second so you can see what I'm looking at. There's a lot... Okay. There's a lot of talking is what I'm hearing, first of all, Aries. There's a lot of talking going on this month. There's a lot of people around you. I feel that these people want to be supportive, but when it comes to making a really important decision, and specifically a commitment. And when I say commitment, I mean that a yes or no answer is the difference between two roads diverged in a yellow wood and sorry I could not travel both. Do you want to travel the sort of, do you want to travel the well-worn path? Do you want to keep doing what you're doing? Or Aries, in your trailblazing, here's your Aries card, in your trailblazing way, I feel like you might be wanting to move towards something new, and I feel like that opportunity is going to present itself. You have a couple of... The reason I went, whoa, when I said, okay, what is it we need to know about this new opportunity, was that it was, as you can see, aces upon aces. Aces are new beginnings, opportunities, vast potentials, and when you have judgment at the center of your reading with these two aces sitting in the future, aces of money, aces of love, hey, came to the right place, Aries. Apparently, Spirit wants to give you some really good news. Here's the thing. You have a ton of energy. You have a ton of interest. You have a ton of projects that you could be doing right now. Lots of things to be so excited about. And really, victory. I feel like actually this month, as much as I feel like you are making a decision, I feel like a decision has also been made about you, and this feels for the vast majority of you, because of course these are general readings, Aries, so I would recommend, this is, I promise this is not a shameless plug, I would recommend always checking out your moon, sun, and rising signs, because very often there will be parallels and themes, you'll see the same couple of cards that are stalking you through maybe all three readings, but I also suggest that because sometimes we may not completely identify as much with our sun sign. Just something to note. Okay, looks like you have a ton of interest, looks like a good decision is being made about you. Some of you are getting new jobs. Some of you are if you are not already getting offered this job and this is the decision for some of you that you're making, then I feel that that's coming in the not too far future. These are monthly readings, right? So, you know, Spirit's bigger than us. We can have kind of a pinhole myopic view, and they have a much bigger, wider imagination and perspective than we do. So time can bleed over a little bit. Maybe you're getting this offer at the beginning of February. Maybe it's at the very end of January. But I feel like some of you need to kind of, you're carrying too many things right now, and to be able to get this new stuff, there needs to be a little bit of like focus. There needs to be a little bit of, what is my true goal, is what they're saying. Like, what is it that I really truly want, and which of these things that I'm doing with my time are serving that. So there's no judgment about whatever your goal is. If your goal is to have a super fun January 2019 and you're having a great time, like going out with your friends and watching YouTube and like drinking your coffee and having a great time, please continue what you're doing. But if you're like, I want to be a published author by you know, December 2019, or I want to have gotten this project off the ground, or I want to have learned this new skill, which is what I'm seeing for some of you. We'll get to that in a second. Then if you want to do that, you need to align the little stuff with the big stuff. The unglamorous, unsexy steps that take you toward that big, sexy, glamorous goal. Zero in. Choose. That's what they're saying. It's like, what do you want? You can have it. You're Aries. You're the Emperor. You can build something from nothing because you have that kind of vision, you have that kind of energy. I would advise you it feels like there's a lot of really wonderful people around you helping you out, giving you advice. Specifically, I'm feeling like there is a really prominent water sign for some of you. And I say water sign, so that's Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But as I said earlier about like watching your sun, moon, and rising videos, you might have a friend or lover who's very watery, even if they're not a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. If you don't know their full chart, it might be like, oh, they're another Aries, but they have like 8 planets in Scorpio. So it's like, come on now, what are they really? Some of you might even be, some of you are making this decision about love. Some of you are, you've changed, Aries. 2018 was a really important year for you, is what they're saying, and a lot of you took on a lot of challenges and opportunities. And like I said, it looks pretty fantastic, but I feel like you need to, you're a little overburdened. You're on the edge. I mean, you're very close to where you want to go. Your destination is within sight, but it's kind of like you could get there so much faster if, you know, somebody were carrying 5 of these wands and you were carrying 5 of these wands. You guys could have a better time. You could be joking and singing songs and getting to your destination twice as quickly. Time to get organized. It's time to really like drill down. You really need to put on your emperor crown. I do feel, with all these people here, feels to me, Aries, like you're being pulled in a few different directions. It's like mom is saying this, wife or girlfriend or whatever is saying this, friend over here is saying this, you know what I mean? And boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Like, you got a lot of different people saying a lot of different things, Aries. And the good news for you is, as the individual sign, as the first, this, you know, there might be sometimes that Spirit would be saying, hey, listen, you need to like lean on some other people. You don't have the best perspective right now. I actually think you do have a very good perspective right now. And if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling like, no, I really don't know what to do, what are you talking about, good perspective? This is when Spirit is telling you to zoom in, to drill down, to ask yourself what you want and what you'd like to have. Like, okay, here's what Spirit just said. Some of you either are already or are considering seeking kind of like an objective third-party perspective. So that could mean like going to a counselor, That could mean talking to a professional about something that you don't really understand, finances or whatever. Like, you know what? I don't really know how to invest this money, so I'm going to go hire a professional or talk to a professional. That could be talking to somebody who's like a tarot reader that's like, I don't know you, I don't know this person, let me tell you what I see here. I do feel that it would benefit you. There's a smart person who is clear and outside of the situation enough to give you a very honest perspective. And if this isn't like a third-party professional, this is who I would tell you to look out for among your friends. This is somebody who has a ton of integrity. They're honest to like a fault, if we can like say that that's ever a fault. Like, you never have to worry that this person's going to stab you in the back. If the Queen of Swords is going to stab you, she's going to stab you in the front with like the harsh truth, right? And that's a good friend. It's sad. Oscar Wilde, that quote about like a true friend stabs you in the front, or a good friend. Oscar Wilde, Libra. Somebody outside is very excited. It feels to me like you need to go to somebody who has like, I kind of want to say nothing invested. So it doesn't mean they don't care about you. It means like, if you're making this decision about a relationship or you're making this decision about a job, this is not going to be the kind of person who's like, oh no, but he's so nice, you can't break up with him. Or like, oh, like that's more of a cuppy, watery person. The Queen of Swords is like, oh, I think he's cheating. You know what I mean? Like if you ask them something, they're like, oh, well, it's this. And you're like, whoa, like, did you need to go that hard? And the Queen of Swords doesn't know how to be anything but honest. That's the person that you need to be seeking for advice about this. She's got nothing to gain, nothing to lose. It's just about being forthright and being honest. Look, Judgment, the Chariot, these aces, this Emperor. Some of you are in business for yourselves or are considering going into business for yourselves in some kind of like side hustle, because it's the Ace of Pentacles. You know, it's not the 10, like it's the beginning, but it is a seed with incredible potential, just the same way that Ace of Cups is just the beginning of like this overwhelming rush of like love, nostalgia, like forgiveness for some of you. I think some of you have a really fantastic idea that is really worth planting and enhancing and working on. Normally, you know, okay, well, here's what I'll say. You need to make the decision that you intuitively, spiritually, you know, I'm going to say intuitively and spiritually, because our feelings are very transient and they can pass. And you, Aries, I'm sure you can acknowledge that you have some moments where you're fiery, and like if somebody handed you the phone, you would call that person right now and tell them off to their, like, and like hang it up, and then maybe, you know, 2 hours later or whatever, deal with kind of the emotional hangover. Don't do that. No need to be impulsive. In fact, like, moving quickly is not what I would encourage you to do. Things are moving quickly on their own, and that's actually when you, Aries, want to get a little more deliberate. And like, again, if every action that you take, if every decision that you make, if you could see, this is what they're showing me, so it's really weird. Like, so I'm going to try to explain as best I can. Remember when I mentioned two roads diverged in a yellow wood, which, by the way, look up Robert Frost, Two Roads Diverged in a Yellow Wood, if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's a really awesome, beautiful poem. But they're showing me like 4 different paths. And just for the sake of ease, I'm going to say just picture 4 paths that look the same, but they are set in spring, summer, fall, and winter. And if you knew that every decision you were making were pushing you, let's say, 30 feet down one of those paths. Every time I tell myself in the morning I'm not going to have a drink or whatever, and then I go have one, 30 feet in the direction of winter. You know, 30 feet down like barren branches and cold, unfriendly elements. And if you knew that when you got up in the morning and said, I'm not going to do that, that you were pushing 30 feet into this beautiful like spring tableau with like the raining cherry blossoms and the new spring shoots. If it were that easy to see where you were taking yourself, it would be that much easier to make those decisions. So I want you to kind of picture things in a way that makes them really fucking tangible for you. Like, not to shame yourself, not to blame yourself, but to say, if I want something new and beautiful and full of potential, then I need to make some new decisions, and I need to make a commitment to doing what I need to do to move in that direction versus another direction. You know what I'm saying? Spring versus winter. I love winter, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I'm talking about the kind of winter where it's like, you could die of exposure. Let's like think of that as like an Alaskan kind of path, okay? Like you need some special equipment to actually make it all the way down that path. Let's walk down the beautiful spring path where everything is growing and there's going to be delicious things to smell and touch and taste, okay? Okay. Judgment. Make your commitment. Something beautiful and new is being offered to you. You got to do what feels intuitively and spiritually right. But what I'm seeing here, is that something new is calling your name. And look within yourself. Trust yourself. You are being offered a rebirth and a big victory. Notice the imagery here. Two people, two directions. Focus. Okay, bring it together. Okay. So now, for those of you who haven't been here before, we always do 2 readings every month. Now we're going to we looked at sort of the story, and now we're going to look at a little bit, talk about drill down, right? We're going to zoom in on what Spirit wants you to know for this month, the theme for the month, and then action steps when it comes to earth, air, water, fire. So money, resources, health, emotions and relationships, the mind, communications, and what is firing you up, energizing you, exciting you, or providing, some warm, fiery friction, for better or for worse. Okay, Spirit, so what is the theme? Wow, you heard that. I didn't even have to finish the question. What is the theme for Aries this month? Same card, different deck. You be getting stalked. You be getting stalked by the Hermit, which is just more confirmation of exactly what I was saying. You need to be comfortably, intuitively, spiritually aligned with this decision, and it has to do with kind of I would normally tell you to shut your ears to kind of the people around you, friends, loved ones who are trying to help you. But the thing is, Aries, you're an individual, and you are not going to be content with that anyway. So you can hear all the input and all that stuff and advice and good advice. Some of these people are giving you really practical, useful piece of information. But ultimately, it's your feelings, it's your thoughts, it's your mission that really matters. And the Hermit's not about shut everybody out and don't socialize. It's just look within. Take your lantern, go inside and be like, what do I really want? What, if it's this, okay, and this is what they just showed me, because for some of you, I feel like maybe you have very watery planets. It can be as simple with the Hermit, especially when it comes to I don't know what to do. I feel like I've got a lot of input and a lot of ideas and I don't know what to do. Make a list of what makes you happy. What in your life right now that you do makes you happy or moves the needle in a positive direction for you, and who or what does the opposite. Who or what is old habits. I feel that some of you have been a little bit, you've either been or felt a little bit manipulated by somebody in recent months, and again, I'm feeling very watery energy. This is why it's even more important to go within. And be if I feel like I've been at all manipulated or just confused by the input of other people, be with me for a little bit. You don't have to literally do the Om thing and, meditate. But it wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay, let's see how the Hermit plays into the rest of these cards here. The very practical, actionable advice. What does Spirit want to say when it comes to your money? Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising, January 2019. How do we kick off the year, Spirit? What's the best message? It didn't jump out. I thought it was going to jump. It didn't. And there we go. Okay. Pardon me if I show you something you shouldn't be seeing. a little bit of a short dress. Okay. So again, same card, different deck. Page of Pentacles. Invest in yourself. Invest in your skills. This is research. This is practice. This is study. Some of you are... The 10 of Wands on the finish line, the job coming up for some of you might be like, look, I'm 5 months from graduation or whatever. Buckle down. Buckle down. And for those of you that are like, I don't know which decision to make, study, do the research. Spirit just used the phrase, take it upon yourself, meaning, you know, thank you everybody for your awesome advice. I'll take that under advisement. And then you make your own decision, okay? Nobody has to know. Yeah, there's really good, I mean, with the Ace of Pentacles coming in the future and then the Page of Pentacles twice, this is also saying that some of you have, like, this is a really good, there's a lot of potential with your money right now. So if it's increasing your skills, increasing your knowledge in order to increase your money, that feels like a theme for some of you this month. Okay, so what about the mind, Spirit? The mind, communications, the realm of the swords. What is it that Aries needs to know in January 2019? Aries in January 2019 for their highest good. Yup. Okay. So remember when I said I feel like you have to make like this decision, and I don't want to tell you that like not to do the old thing and only to do the new thing, but Ten of Swords is a pretty straightforward card that there's a situation that you know in your heart, Aries, is over. You're done with it. You're done thinking about it. You're done talking about it. Like, you did your best, okay? And you left no stone unturned. And you always have to do what you feel is best. Your free will is everything. If you haven't gotten a reading with me before, like, I'm a bit of a broken record when it comes to saying you can always choose. The beauty of getting a reading is if you like it, awesome. Lean in, go harder, make it happen. You can get it faster, bigger, better, right? And if you don't like it, same fucking deal. You can pivot, you can change, you can make some different decisions. You can go and make amends with somebody that it looks like, oh my God, there's going to be this big fight. You have control over this, Aries. This is your life. This is your choice. Just because Ten of Swords pops up and says something has ended, if you're not ready to end it yet, that is your choice. Spirit loves you unconditionally. They're going to support you and try to provide for you no matter what decisions you're making. But they're also always going to tell you what is for your highest good. And it seems to me that you feel pretty exhausted and done with the situation, that you should not feel guilty ultimately walking away. Okay? Okay. So now, let's look at the heart. Your relationships, your feelings. What does Aries need to know, Spirit? Passionate, sweet Aries. What do they need to know in January 2019? Beautiful. Looks like you'd be having a little fun. Get out with your friends. Have fun. Don't, like, when I say talk with your friends and hang out with your friends, not about this judgment, just for fun. Get your freaking mind off it. Some of you are putting something together. I'm feeling, again, not for all of you, but for some of you, this is connected to work. This is connected with, there's people that you're partnering with right now or have the opportunity to partner with where it's like, we make beautiful music together. Like, we've got different talents, we've got different styles and attitudes. So maybe some of you are like starting a podcast. Like, maybe some of you are like, you know what, like the side hustle I want to do has to do with like making music, like having a band or having a YouTube channel, something that I'm going to do that's fun with my friends. And whether it's productive or not, Aries, please get out and have fun with the people that get you and know you and support you and are like, you're amazing, Aries! Like, you're like hype man, hype woman, like off the dance floor kind of thing. Like, yeah! Like, that's what they're showing me, is just people that are like, I fucking love you! Like, it's not that they love every single thing you do, Aries, because we're all different and we all make, you know, decisions that not all of our friends would agree with, but they appreciate the hell out of everything that you bring to the table. Get together with those people that really know you and receive you and love you unconditionally. Okay. And finally, let's see. What is lighting you up, charging you up, lighting a fire underneath you? What's going on, okay, in your element, Aries? Beautiful. Okay. Aries, I want to say this is you. You're in your element. Queen of Wands. Making magic. You know, the Spirit just used the phrase bold moves. The Queen of Wands makes bold moves. She's magical as fuck. Got a wand, got a black cat. She is warm, she's generous, she is charismatic. Spirit just said some of you are going to be making new friends. That could be that Ace of Cups. And you know, whenever Spirit says, like, you could be making new friends, I always wonder, like, is that code for romance? I'm not going to say it's code for romance. I'm not going to say that, but I am going to say keep your heart open. Keep your heart open for the new financial opportunity as well as the new emotional opportunity. You might find that if you're out having fun with your friends, something really cool and beautiful opens up, and that is what they're telling me for some of you. So it's like, don't turn down that invitation to go hang out with if it's people you really love. None of this frenemy bullshit or whatever. Real people that really love you and get you. Go dancing, go drinking, have fun. And I especially like that because they're giving you like the Hermit. It's really as if to say, we really meant it when we said you don't have to like just be by yourself and actually be a literal hermit. It's about giving yourself time and space and silence to hear yourself, like to hear not just your head, but your heart and soul speak, okay? So get out, have fun, go wild. And then, you know, maybe that Saturday night and then Sunday is like self-care and journaling and like listening to a reading. You know what I mean? Get your thoughts together. There's something really beautiful showing up for you, and it's based on you committing to the vision that you want for your life, okay? It's good stuff, Aries. I'm really excited for you. I hope this is helpful for you. I appreciate you watching. I am back and with weekly episodes now focusing on practical magic, astrology one-on-one, and maybe teaching you some tarot. Very, very excited. Thank you again, Aries. I appreciate you. I'm wishing you lots of luck and love in the new year, and I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.